Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and today we're going to do our weekly nursery tour. We're going to do a little bit different today because we actually brought the plants to one location so that we can make sure that we show you exactly what we wanted to show you, because there are some fantastic shrubs and perennials that are perfect. They're in all their glory right now and we wanted to show them to you, so in case you wanted to incorporate them into your landscape. Before we get started on that, I do want to say that we will have our front porch chat video coming up here in the next couple of days, and we would like to answer some of the questions that you have. So if you have a question for Jerry and I about just about pretty much anything, feel free to go ahead and put them in the comments below of this video. We will take your comments from this video and incorporate them into that front porch chat. Full disclosure here, we are kind of on the fence of keeping those front porch chat videos available because, of course, YouTube shows us all the analytics and it kind of proves that those videos are not some of the most popular ones that y'all are watching. So if you're not watching them and you don't enjoy them, then we may just go ahead and kind of boot those out and do something different. So if you enjoy them, if you have a question for us, put it in the comments below and we will talk about it in this month's video. So, without further ado, let's talk about some beautiful plants. So, I think what we're going to do is first, there's so many, but I brought them over here so we could just look at them. One of them that's just like sticking out in my mind really is this absolute gorgeous butterfly bush. So, this is Miss Pearl. Now, you are familiar with the Miss series because of Miss Pearl, not Miss Pearl, this is Miss Pearl. But because of Miss Violet and Miss Molly, fantastic butterfly bushes, but Miss Pearl obviously is a beautiful solid white. Now, butterfly bushes take full sun. They need as much sun as you can give them. They don't like to have wet feet, so a nice dry kind of neglected area is perfect for Miss Pearl. Also, she is going to be a medium-sized butterfly bush. She is going to be a size 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. These are non-invasive. So I know in some parts of the country that is a big deal as far as like the butterfly bushes sending their seeds out and can be really invasive. This is a non-invasive species, drought tolerant, it is nice and compact, and it has high deer resistance. So if you're looking for something, a nice white, a little bit taller, brings in the butterflies and the pollinators, Miss Pearl is the one for you. She's gorgeous. This is the first time we've had her and I'm in love. She's beautiful. Another one completely opposite of what Miss Pearl does, this is Jukebox. Now, Jukebox is going to be a fantastic evergreen, low growing with no flowers. So if you need like some substantial color year-round in your garden, very low maintenance, then Jukebox is the one for you. It is actually, like I said, it's going to be an evergreen. It is going to be sun to part shade, zones 7 to 9, 1 to 3 feet tall and wide. So nice and low growing, easy care. You shouldn't really need to prune it. Fantastic, and it has a medium deer resistance. So we've incorporated these in the patio beds right underneath the forest pansy to give me some structure year round. So again, if you've got something that you need to fill in a space, the front of a flower bed, this is a great option for you. Then moving on, now this is fun. In the South, you know that we're kind of infamous for our crepe myrtles, and crepe myrtles come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. This beautiful crepe myrtle is a crepe myrtle shrub. So it is not a tree. It is going to be much more petite than the tree, but you can see it has those beautiful colors. This is part of the Barista series from Walter's Gardens. This is Cherry Mocha. It does those gorgeous cherry colored blooms on it with that nice dark foliage. Just a fantastic option. So maybe you do want to have a crepe myrtle like on the side of your house, but you don't want the whole tree, you don't want to have to worry about it, then these guys would be perfect for you. Of course, that infamous summer color, lots of beautiful foliage on it, full sun. So you need that that sun environment. So I would say at least 5 hours to give you the dark color on your foliage and to give you your blooms. So crepe myrtle shrubs are an option. Then, this is not a new plant, but it's just so pretty, I just have to show it to you. This is our beloved little lime. So look at these beautiful blooms. In fact, these are ones that we just potted up this late spring, early summer, and they are growing beautifully, covered in blooms. Of course, we love little limes because they are panicle hydrangea, full sun, full to part sun. They're gonna be about 3 to 5 feet, just covered in these creamy blooms with a hint of lime color to them. Of course, they bloom on new growth, so that means that you are guaranteed to have blooms every single year. You're gonna trim them back in late February, early March here in North Carolina. Just fantastic, reliable, gorgeous, high-performing plants. Love them, but they were just so pretty. I wanted to show you what little lime is currently looking like here at the nursery. You can put little lime, of course, obviously in the landscape, and if you have a large enough pot, you could also put it in a container if you wanted to like bring it closer, or you know, whatever, put it on a patio, what have you. Little lime is a great option for you. And then the At Last Rose. At Last Rose, of course, is from Proven Winners. I'm going to try to give you an up close. We're going to see if Jerry can help me here. Up. So At Last Rose is a gorgeous landscape rose from Proven Winners. It's called At Last because it has high disease resistant. It smells like a rose, which if you're gonna have a rose, it might as well smell like a rose, right? So it has those gorgeous apricot colors, bloom on it. Fantastic rose. Obviously you can go in the landscape. I actually have one in the patio in a container because the spot that I want to put it in, there's other plants there, there's annuals in there. So for this season, I just put it in a container and it is doing great. So it's a continuous bloomer. Of course, like with other roses, you want to constantly be deadheading because that encourages new blooms on it, but it will just bloom continuously throughout the entire growing season. Gorgeous, just, oh, it is a winner for sure. Now, we have talked again about these multiple times, but we've never gotten them all in the same shot. So I wanted to show you the 3 hibiscus that we have. So this is Holy Grail. Holy Grail is that deep, deep red bloom. The foliage will almost turn like a black. The more sun it gets, the UV light will change these to almost like I said, like a black color. Fantastic, great, just continuous bloomer for season upon season. They are perennial, extremely cold hardy. Freeze comes, you just cut them to the ground. They do great. The blooms only last for 1 day, like a daylily, but when the plant is covered in all these buds, it's just a continuous bloomer for weeks on end. So that is Holy Grail. Then we have French Vanilla. So French Vanilla is a beautiful pale yellow, creamy white, just like you would think of French vanilla ice cream. This is brand new this year. It's just a fantastic one. We put it in the landscape at our house last year with the trial plants that they gave us. They are blooming right now and doing great. I will say too, obviously these are, you know, first year plants in a container. The blooms are not as big as they will be in their full potential in the landscape. These are what you consider dinner plate size hibiscus blooms, so they're massive. Of course, any shrub, any plant is going to do much better in the landscape where it can have its full potential to grow and get nice and big. So we have French Vanilla, and then Spinderella. So of course Spinderella is that beautiful white and pink creamy swirl. Again, same thing as just all the other summerific hibiscus. Fantastic bloomers. So really depending on, and they do have a little bit of variation in sizes. Some are a little taller, some are a little wider than others. So based on the size of space that you have in your garden and the color that you want, there really is a summerific hibiscus to meet your needs. So like I said, I know we've talked about these before, but I wanted to show you all 3 colors at the same time. Then we're going to move on to roses of Sharon. Now, again, not new plants, but they're just so pretty. I have to show you. So these two that I'm about to show you are the chiffon series. So this is, of course, the white chiffon. If you will remember, we have this at the patio. Let's see if we can get a bloom in here. Oh. Dubbed as Rose of Christine, because Christine was the first one to give me this white chiffon. Nice and big. So these will get nice and tall, not crazy wide. So if you need to fill in a space like I did in the patio, it was a corner, because they will get 8 to 12 feet tall, 4 to 6 feet wide. So these are great to give you some structure, some height in your garden. They do bloom on new growth. So that means that you can prune them. And in fact, I would kind of encourage you to prune them just like you would your panicle hydrangeas. So end of winter, going into spring, kind of shape them up, get them a little bit tidy so they're not so leggy and floppy. So that was the white chiffon. Now look at this. See if I can get this here for you. This is the magenta chiffon. Look at that color. Is this not like the prettiest deep shade of pink? I love it. In fact, we were sitting on the front of the porch this morning having our coffee, and I told Jerry, I was like, I don't know where we're gonna put those magentas, but somewhere in our landscape up, oh, excuse me, just whacked her, up close to the house, we're gonna put some of these magentas because they are gorgeous. So she will have, basically it'd be the same size and all the growing things as the white. It's just the magenta. And then there is a blue. I don't think we have the blue right now. That's what we have in the topiary form. Fantastic. Now, another Rose of Sharon. This is Purple Pillar. So Purple Pillar is not the chiffon series. Let's see, again, try to get that bloom for you. We got it? Yeah, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So Purple Pillar obviously has that great purple color, the lighter on the outside, the darker on the inside. These are gonna be even taller, 10 to 16 feet tall and only 2 to 3 feet wide. So you wanna talk about literally like a pillar, a column, this is the plant for you. So again, if you need height, but you don't have a lot of width, Purple Pillar is gonna be a fantastic one. Again, it's gonna need that full sun. All of these Roses of Sharon need the full sun, bloom on new growth, so you can keep her kind of trimmed up and tidied up. But man, that Purple Pillar, whoo-wee, she is a beaut. Now, I've got one more shrub for you before we go to our perennials. Again, this is not a new one, but it's a great one. And I wanna show off. So right now you're looking at it and you're like, well, Jenny, you know, that's a green shrub. Okay, whatever. This is a Forsythia, or as we call them, I grew up calling them yellow bells. Yellow bells, Forsythia, are one of the spring's first bloomers, and show off lives up to its name because it has the biggest, fattest flowers I have ever seen on a Forsythia. And the stems, the stalks, are absolutely covered in these gorgeous golden yellow blooms. There's no foliage on it yet. The blooms come first. Once the blooms leave, then your foliage comes. Gorgeous, stunning. And that yellow from a distance, it really stands out. So show off lives up to its name. We have 2 of them in Laura's bed. And this spring, I was absolutely in love. Now, sun to part shade, it is going to be 5 to 6 feet tall and wide. And if you need to prune it, you would prune it after it blooms because it blooms on old growth. So like if I were to prune this right now, then I could be cutting off next year's blooms. So you want to wait till it blooms. Then if you want to shape it up, you can shape it up then. But man, if you're looking for an early spring pop of color, show off is most definitely one that you need. All right, now moving on to perennials. So exciting. All right, now one of my most favorite perennials, and I know this may sound weird, but this is Ascot Rainbow. And Ascot Rainbow really is a plant that you're going to grow for foliage. It has this beautiful variegated leaf on it, super soft. I mean, it has almost like a fuzzy texture to it. Right now it's still wet from the morning dew, but this is a spurge or a type of euphorbia. So it's mostly the foliage. This is its bloom right here. For me, the bloom is not very attractive at all. Will open up and do little tiny little yellow flowers. Pollinators like it, but certainly if you don't like this look, you can just snip them off. The appeal, what you want, is the foliage of the Ascot rainbow. And it also has kind of an earthy smell to it. For me, it's a very comforting smell. It's just, I love it. So this is gonna be about 20 inches tall, 20 inches wide, and you need to have at least 4 hours of sun a day. So it's gonna be a part shade to full sun plant. It's beautiful. And as it grows, the tips, the new growth will have a little bit of a pink red hue to it. Fantastic. It's great for that perennial garden, filling in a space, texture, movement. Again, it is one of my favorite. It's one of those kind of like underrated, I would say underused. It's very well known, but love this plant. Now, again, you know this plant. This is Cat's Pajamas Nepeta. Fantastic plant, great perennial from proven winners. It's not blooming right now. Again, these are ones that we potted up. They do have buds on them. So if you're looking for a place that's lots of sun, kind of dry, you need a low growing pollinator attractor, Cat's Pajamas is a great one for you. We sold this and sold this and sold this spring. We could not keep it in stock. So that is a great one. A grass, one that we have not talked about yet. This is Gunsmoke. This is a panicum or a switchgrass. So again, obviously a great perennial grass, kind of has that blue-green texture to it. It is going to be about 4.5 feet tall, 3 feet wide. And this is gonna need at least 6 hours of sun a day. It is a great perennial grass, brings texture, movement to your bed. Now, I've got 2 left. I've saved the best for last. These are the part of the Amazing Daisies, Shasta daisies from Proven Winners. So here we have, this is Daisy May. So Daisy May, again, is not a new one, but is a great one. Again, we were selling out like crazy this year. So Daisy May is that perfectly white, beautiful Shasta daisy, and you can tell that it's just covered in buds. So you know this plant, you love this plant, we have it available, so come and get it. And then, new to the market this year, I don't think it's actually supposed to be introduced till next year, but it is the Banana Cream 2. So Banana Cream 2 has just started blooming. Banana Cream 2 obviously has those beautiful buttery yellow blooms on it, and as the blooms age, they will turn to a creamy white. Hence why it's called Banana Cream, because it will have on the same plant some yellow, some white, like a banana cream pie. It is Banana Cream 2 because it's the improved version of the original Banana Cream. So it'll bloom earlier, has more color, it's more vigorous. We're growing these in the trial garden at the house, and they're doing great. So I hope this has been a fun, little different nursery tour, but we brought the plants to you instead of walking around, because there's just so many fantastic ones that we wanted to share with you. Now, all of these are available here at the nursery now. We are not shipping these plants, so it is a great incentive for you to come visit us here at the nursery, Thursdays through Saturday, 9 to 3. Don't forget to put your questions in the comments below that we can answer for you on our next Front Porch Chat. And as always, thank you so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.